Mimi, welcome to my channel. I'm going to be sharing today a bit more on my Mounjaro journey. First of all, I want to thank everybody who commented on my last video. I'm really pleased that some people got to see the video who are either on the same journey or contemplating the same journey. We are all in this together and we can only help each other. We all know that this is a fairly new medication and that it's a big decision to do something like this. It's been a big decision for me. It will be a big decision for you. And to hear other people's stories can only help make that decision and help us process exactly what we're doing and why. It's a personal decision. But, you know, it really does help to hear other people's stories. So please keep the comments coming. Share what's happening with you. And, you know, ask me any questions. I'm only too happy to help, to answer, to share my experience. So on to my week 2 of this journey. Just to quickly summarize week 1. Week 1 went very well. I lost 1.5 pounds and I had what I would call moderate side effects day 1, which was really, I just felt a bit fluey, if anything, you know, a bit achy, you know, didn't feel great. But the rest of the week I felt really good and I 100% had appetite suppressant. It did the job. So week 2, I was bracing myself for the first day. I take the injection in the evening. Monday evening I take it. I was bracing myself for Tuesday, feeling how I had felt the Tuesday before, and I didn't. I did not have any significant side effects with my kind of day-to-day living. You know, there was no muscle aches, no headache, no kind of like stomach ache, nothing like that. However, I had 2 different symptoms that were both short-lived, but I'm going to share them. And the first one was on the Tuesday evening, the first evening of taking, after about 24 hours after taking the medication. I had for my dinner some salmon with a garlic buttery sauce on it. And it was very nice, and I think I ate too much. So I think I ate too much good stuff. It was too rich, and a portion that was the old me, not the new me. And it was fine. I kind of felt a bit sick. I knew I'd had too much. But then a couple of hours later, a few hours later, I went to bed. And once I was horizontal, my stomach really started paining. And you don't need to know the details, but I then spent the next couple of hours on and off the toilet. My body obviously reacted to it, and I can only put that down to the medication. There's always the very slight chance there was something off with the salmon, but it didn't taste like it. So, lesson learned, not going to eat too much or anything too rich. And then the other symptom I had, again, relatively short-lived, was, I think it was the Wednesday evening, it was the next evening. This is a little bit weird. I've never actually experienced anything like this really in my life. I woke up at 4 a.m. with pains across my stomach and kind of lower rib cage, I guess, but it was kind of not really in a particular spot. It was very painful. As I said, it woke me up. Okay, first reaction, slightly hysterical. Oh my gosh, I'm having a heart attack. Have no experience of heart issues, but if something wakes you up in the middle of the night, you know, I don't think it's abnormal to have an immediate hysterical response in your mind, because it was a strange thing to happen. But quickly, within obviously like 30-60 seconds, I thought to myself, now hold on a minute, you know, like, I don't think so. And I had no other symptoms that would be concerning me that could be connected with heart. Like, you know, I wasn't dizzy or tingly or anything like that. So quickly dismissed the hysterical conclusion. And then I got up and started walking around. I thought maybe I need to sit on the toilet again, which I didn't. But getting up and walking around eased it. And then I realised, I think it was a wind pain. I think I had some gas inside, and it obviously got into a uncomfortable position, and you know, it had hurt. And I know that wind pains can hurt. I have just never experienced being woken up in the night with that. So because that was a new experience to me, I'm putting that down to the medication, but it did not happen before then. It hasn't happened since. Quite honestly, I think it would be scary if it happened a lot, and maybe I was just unlucky it happened in the middle of the night. But I'm, you know, said I'll share my symptoms, and that's it. As far as did I feel brilliant on the medication as I had for the majority of the previous week? Yes, I generally do have more energy on this medication, but perhaps not quite so energized as I was week 1, or I have just got used to it. You know, you adjust, and I'm accepting the new energized me. So yeah, so that's the side effects really. And next I want to share how suppressed my appetite felt. I felt as if some of my appetite had come back compared to the week before. I started to think a little bit more about food. I started to think a little bit more about my next meal and what I fancy, and do I want to treat myself to something, and you know, all of those thoughts when it comes to food, and you're naturally a hungry person. So that was my experience week 2 with appetite suppressant, but I am still on the 2.5 milligrams, which is supposed to be a loading dose. So, you know, I'm not going to think too much of that, because you know, I've still got quite a journey with this. And I'm also not going to dwell too much on that, because I lost weight again. I lost 3.5 pounds in week 2, which means my total is 5 pounds off, which of course I'm absolutely delighted about. It is going in the right direction, and therefore this is working. It is good news. I do not have side effects that are making me contemplate not continuing. I am very, very happy, and very excited about what the future holds. So now I'm on to week 3, but I have only just started week 3, so I will share that in another video. Had a bit of drama doing my injection with week 3, so I am going to share that in my next video. When I say drama, yeah, maybe user error, but it's something that could be easily done, so I'm going to share that. And lastly, I want to say that of course I am not a medical professional, so anything I am sharing is just my opinion, just my experience. Keep the comments coming, keep the questions coming. I'm really happy that people are discussing this, and thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Please hit subscribe. Bye.